Hello and welcome to whatever I'm going to call this. I'm not sure yet, but this is the first ever episode and I didn't feel like going through the trouble of a welcome episode. Really, I can just explain what we're going to do right here. So basically, I'm going to release these every week, every 2 weeks, and they're going to be about like decks. Today, here's my deck. I'm going to play them, I'm going to talk about them, the strategy. They're good decks. I'm also going to sometimes be opening some chests. None today, because I don't have any. Usually I'd fight in normal, but I'm saving up for this lava hound that's never coming in the shop. I've got this guy like 3 days. I've gotten you 3 times. I've gotten the graveyard 3 times. And you once. You never. Alright, well, let's get into the chase. Here is today's deck. It starts off with the furnace, the log, the poison, the archers, the knight, the electro wizard, the skeletons, and the graveyard. So this deck has been dubbed Tag Your It by none other than Royale. And we're going to be looking at the explanation for this deck right now, right here. This deck explanation is brought to you by the website of Cast Royale, the Clash Royale podcast for casual players. Alrighty, so let's get this down. The deck explanation. The Knight. This is your only tank in the deck. It is your main defensive troop and is used for 3 main purposes. To soak up some damage in front of your archers so you can poke at your opponent's towers. And at the end of the game, it will tank for your graveyard. Okay, so the Furnace. This allows you to have versatility in the deck. Defensive presence on the map and makes it difficult for your opponent to deal with. It's chip-based in nature and will force your opponents to react. Sometimes they don't have the answer they want and forces them in a position that they don't want to be in. This card needs to be used to lure big tank units in the middle of the map, such as Hog Riders. This card can facilitate offensive pushes or can be used to split up your opponent's pushes into the middle lane. Skeletons. Distract, annoy, defend, and of course, your bro, Larry. These should be used versus Golem, Giant, Hog Rider, Musketeer, Electro Wizard, etc. Distract while your tower and other troops destroy the enemy. Archers, pivotal to the deck. They are great for cycling. They are super good in the current meta and will save you from GY decks. I don't know what GY is. If Cast Royale, if you're out there listening, and I'm sure you are, comment below, what is a GY deck? This forces spells out of your opponent, especially if you can get your knight out in front of them. Electro Wizard, absolutely insane, apparently. The versatility is tremendous and stops your opponent from doing anything at all whatsoever. Use this well versus that bait decks. Don't always resort to a spell or building in the same impact an Electro Wizard could have. The troop creates threats for your opponent. Use him wisely and well. Alright, so I wanted to go back through something on this episode of Cast Royale. One of their guest speakers, Tag, an esports guy, trainer, says, in quotes, "It is better to have an Electro Wizard and skeletons down to defend a hog push than an Inferno Tower, because you can always get the hog and the skeletons back on the other side for a counter push." Wise words of wisdom for the day. Wise words of wisdom. So the log. Use this card. It is a must-have in your deck, according to these guys. What more is there to say? Do a little damage and displace troops. There's so much you can do with this versatile, not so handcrafted piece of wood. Poison. Use this in tandem with the knight and GY at the end of the game. Drop the poison on whatever is used by your opponent to defend versus your GY. It makes your GY's Shelly get awesome value and kills your opponent's defense so they can't be effective on their counter push. Last and not least, again, the graveyard. Surprise! It's a party of Larrys. Use this only after 2 minutes. If it's used too early, your opponent will counter you easily. I'm going to do a battle later on the wrong way to use this deck, and a few on the right way. The main push with this deck costs 12 elixir. Knight 3, GY 5, poison 5. Oh. Okay, so the graveyard is 5. Or the graveyard is GY. Graveyard, okay. In normal elixir time, you can't afford that push and will lose on defense. Decks to watch out for: Valkyries and Lava Hound beatdowns. Using the archers will be key to these matchups. And if your opponent has arrows, oh well. Alright, so we're going to go into some battles. By the way, I'll put the link to Cast Royale website in the description below. Alright, so we're going to work on the classic challenge with this deck. We're going to start out with a right way. Oh, I forgot to turn on the sound. I should have turned on the sound. Got some good sounds. They're always good sounds. Alrighty, well, while you're watching this, make sure you take your biggest trophy count that you've ever possibly have, and smash that like button. Destroy the like button. So there's your tank going out there. And then your archers. Oh, he has a knight too. Okay. When these classic challenges lately, I've been going against a lot of princes. Dark princes, regular princes, princesses. Ooh. Okay, he gets 2 hits in. Yeah, maybe. Oh. Okay. The ball. Very, very, very silent. Okay, this is kind of weird. And there goes your graveyard. Sometimes you can just watch this tumble down. Watch that tower crumble into millions of pieces. Nope. No crumble. Okay, that's cool. Alright, I'm not going to worry about that princess. Nope, I'm going to worry about that princess. Haha. Ooh. We're going to go in for the win here. Whoa. So much greater when you actually have the sound. So we're going to go ahead and turn that on. I keep forgetting that. Nope. Okay, I'm bad at this. Not sure if I said this earlier, but Valkyrie, no weakness of this deck. Not sure if we're going to. Redo this video. Instead of a new challenge. For some reason. If this were a game, I would be glad. This guy is episode of whatever I'm going to call this. If you have a good name for this, put it in the comment below and I might start calling it that, if it's good enough. Come back next time for